And for the first time, a British monarch prayed alongside a pope, a Catholic pope, for the first time in 5 centuries. The royal couple joined Pope Leo for a prayer service in the Sistine Chapel in a show of religious unity. It is the first time that the heads of the Catholic Church and the Church of England have joined in prayer since the Reformation 500 years ago.
King Charles will go with Queen Camilla, and the symbolism of this chair, it's essentially saying that the Church of England has a seat inside a Roman Catholic basilica. It's a gesture of inclusion, a gesture of these two churches that have been separated for 500 years coming together. 2 English-speaking leaders. It was interesting to see them leave the Sistine Chapel after the prayer. They were chatty. They clearly are very closely aligned on certain issues, particularly in the environment. And it's not a surprise that at this point in history with these 2 leaders that this kind of coming together was finally possible.
Sistine Chapel, that was the moment of real unity that we have seen within the last hour, the moment where the King and the Pope prayed together, the first British monarch and a Pope to lead prayers together in 5 centuries.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. Revelation 17 verse 2 and 17. But in this homage to the papacy, the United States will not be alone. The influence of Rome in the countries that once acknowledged her dominion is still far from being destroyed, and prophecy foretells a restoration of her power. I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. A Roman Catholic work argues that if the Church of Rome were ever guilty of idolatry in relation to the saints, her daughter, the Church of England, stands guilty of the same, which has 10 churches dedicated to Mary for 1 dedicated to Christ. Whenever the Church has obtained secular power, she has employed it to punish dissent from her doctrines. Protestant churches that have followed in the steps of Rome by forming alliance with worldly powers have manifested a similar desire to restrict liberty of conscience. An example of this is given in the long-continued persecution of dissenters by the Church of England. During the 16th and 17th centuries, thousands of nonconformist ministers were forced to flee from their churches, and many, both of pastors and people, were subjected to fine, imprisonment, torture, and martyrdom.